The characteristic of his son, which is the mind and the will of Yahawah. If you can receive it, it is the mind and the will of Yahawah. See? It is the mind and the will of Yahawah. See? What? The one never finished.
Romans 8?
Yeah, number one. Finish.
Verse 17. And if the children then.
And if children then.
And if children then. Ears.
Right. Joint ears.
Ears. And then ears of God. And joint ears with Mashiach. If so be that we suffer with him.
Exactly. So we're going to be joint ears. Regardless of where you're born or you grow, once you suffer with him for his sake, then it just means that you are part of the faith. And 2,000 years ago, that's what the Jews couldn't receive. And that's the reason why Yahawah spake the parable of the prodigal son, because them say, yo, you leave, so the promise is not for you anymore. Not understanding that, look, the promise wasn't about keeping the law, because the promise was way before the keeping of the law was instituted. Not that we are saying that the law didn't exist, because we're not saying that. Them never used to keep the law, people never used to keep the law, because the laws was passed down orally. But what we're saying was that when the laws came forth, the promise was already been made to our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob already.
And it bring room to repentance too.
Exactly.
Room to repentance.
So our scripture said the law will come 400 years after a disannul. I think in Galatians you can find a Christian.
That we may be also glorified together.
Exactly. You want to see that? You want to see that? Okay, go ahead.
First Chronicles 17 verse 20. O Lord, there is none like thee, neither is there any God beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. Right, so Selassie is nowhere in that place.
Who is Selassie? Who is Selassie but a mortal man? See? But a beast. Selassie don't know the truth. See? Selassie, huh? That's them?
Brother, that one wicked brother, you come there, read up something from him. And basically, when him come Jamaica, them a quiz him because them a say, yo, them a try to get out time, say, yo, them people a say, you're God.
Yeah.
So who tell the people them say, yo, you're not really God? Can be a Christian and them a say, yo, who are him to tell a man what to believe. You get me? I say, so him kind of play a devil with it,
exactly.
Now come out and tell them, say, yo, alright, X and Y.
Exactly. I mean, I forgot to try that one a little fucking fool. And look, Selassie was an Orthodox Christian. And even Selassie said, tell people to worship Jesus Christ.
Right.
Oh, fuck that.
Verse 21. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people Israel, whom God went to redeem to be his own people.
Exactly. What nation of people is like Israel, whom YAHAWAH went to redeem them. Understand? Because the Lord never come for the Ethiopians any at all. The Lord came for the Israelites, and the Israelites only. That is scattered in the four corners of the earth. Some of them call themselves Ethiopians as well. Some of them live in the land of Ethiopia, thinking that they are Ethiopians. And that's the reason why salvation will take place on the four corners of the earth. Understand? Go ahead.
To make thee a name of greatness and terribleness by driving out nations before thy people, whom thou hast redeemed out of Egypt. Right?
Exactly. Whom the Lord is. Yeah, you can speak on it. Go on.
So YAHAWAH deal with only Israel, right? And he make you know, say, yo, him are the true and only power, right? So the gathering together with that man I talk about, it not really work, right? Because the Most High choose a specific people unto himself, right? the God, to be the gods of the earth. Right? Hosea 8 verse 3. Israel has cast off the thing that is good, thy enemy shall pursue him. Right? Because as you see that man deeply in the philosophy of being an Ethiopian, right? And we prove through the spirit say he maybe be an Israelite, right? So he deeply cast off with the heavenly Father give him, right? To be prince and kings of the earth, right? And to live a pure and good life, right? We people who continue in this system because the Ethiopian ideology with them have to basically continue in the system. They don't really have a salvation, right? Them salvation is make everybody come together and become an Ethiopian.
Right. Galatians 3 verse 21. Is the law then against the promise of God? The Most High forbid. For if there had been a law given which could have... 321, 317. 317. Yes, right. Galatians 3 verse 17. And this I said of the covenant that was confirmed before of the Heavenly Father in Yahawaah, the law which was 430 years after cannot disannul that it should make the promise of none effect. Since the promise was 400 years before. And the Most High telling in Hebrews that when him look across the heavens, he swear by any, him could swear by none, was strong like him, some swear by himself. And the Most High is not a man that he should lie. So guess what? At the end of the day, Israel is going to receive the promise. As a matter of fact, find it in a matter to in Yahawaah say, it is a good father. Pleasure. Yes. Exactly. If the Most High want to lie, you can't stop him either. See it? Almighty God, yo. He's still setting you and he can break it if you want. I am the Most High. Exactly. He's the Most High. The Most High. Ben female one law. That's the reason why he said the servant shall, the elder shall serve the younger. When the last one, the first one will get the inheritance. But who get the inheritance? The second one. Mercy. Exactly. So speaking about mercy, the Gentiles are going to receive mercy by faith in Yahawaah. And the Gentiles that we speak about are Israelite foreigners. You understand? And the whole issue of the Gentiles sin, you have the true Gentiles, and you have the Gentiles that Israelites are taking on the Gentiles custom. You know, and that's a big thing at this moment. You have people, when you read the New Testament, them can discern when them see the word Gentiles, what it talk about. Or when them say that the heathen shall be saved by grace, they must say, oh, see the heathen, the scripture said the heathen are going to be saved by grace. You understand? Who Yahawaah said him come for? Them say I'm not come but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Hey, so
enough for them Christian when they read them can't say, yo, the scripture only I need Israel, yo. But the truth them not have everything in their mentality say, yo, and them are the Israelites, as what the Bible speak about. They might change up themselves, yo, them see themselves as heathen.
They might try to get salvation and salvation is already for them.
Bring a precept, brother.
Alright, it's a Luke 12 and 32. So fear not, little flock, for it is your good Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
Exactly, so we already have the kingdom. As the brother said, the little flock that is scattered all over. See, fear not. And when they say fools come across and tell us them are Ethiopians, don't believe them. Once the spirit I make a way in your heart, don't make some little fools come and tell you shit and remove that which is sown. Because that which is sown is right. And it's a perfect seed. And the more you build on it, is the more it will grow. And the more it grows, is the more it take branch. It will take more root. And the more it take root, and it get more supplements, it take branch and it will bear fruit ultimately. See, it will bear fruit. And this, what we are doing out here, is a witness against even ourselves. That look, we bear fruit. We bear fruits here, and we bear fruits among brothers. You understand? Because when it started, there was 4, and it continued, and it continued, and it continued. And other brothers watch us and come in the faith as well. Just as though we watch other brothers and we come in the faith, watch the apostles them and come in the faith as well. So it's the same thing all over and over again until YAHAWAH make him second return. Since so the work not stop any at all, the work continue in season and out of season. The work continue all day long. Because YAHAWAH didn't at no point in the Lord tell us to take breaks. You understand? See? Give me Luke 9 and 62.
Luke 9 verse 62. And YAHAWAH said unto him, no man hath put his hand to the plow and look back, and looking back is fit for the kingdom of YAHAWAH.
Exactly. So the reason why we bring this out is that for brothers not to lose faith, not to lose patience, and don't give up on the works, regardless of what the struggles may be. At the end of the day, it is needful and necessary for you to do the work, so that the elect can be sealed, so that little hope you have can make you whole, so you can be delivered. See? So when you start the work, you're supposed to stop any at all, because the labor, this is the labor of love. This labor of love, by teaching this gospel, it is beneficial for the whole body. See? And you want, and if you have any form of integrity, you would want to be a part of that body, a part of that household. So you don't stop teaching this truth any at all. You continue to teach it, regardless what the odds or the circumstances may be. See?
Never stop the work, you get fired, yo.
Yeah.
Just like when you're the Easter job, you can't just stop because you feel, yo. You never stop, you get fired. Right?
2 Corinthians 4 verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Right, even though our outward man perish daily, seeing different sicknesses in our body, different, you name it. You know, the inward man is renewed day by day, because the trial of your faith is precious. And that's why you get tried every day. The more you get tried, the more you try, and the more you hold out, and the more you believe in the scriptures, you grow and you become stronger. Just like your muscles, when you work your muscles and you tear your muscles, when them heal, it gets stronger, because it heal with the intention what? Not to tear again. See? What?
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment,
because of the affliction is for what? A moment. So the scripture refers to it as what? A light affliction. Go ahead.
worketh for us a far more exceeding and external weight of glory.
Which is a kingdom. You understand? Which is a kingdom where we rule in righteousness, in righteous bodies, not sinning anymore. See? When all nations will be subjected to us, when we subdue all people, and everybody will work the ways of YAHAWAH Shem Yahushai. Everything in a perfect unity and in order. Now throughout history, every time an empire rise up, every single time an empire rise up, and them not go this way, there's consequences for it. And guess what? If Edom supposed to fall, and the so-called Chinese, the Moabites supposed to rise, if they don't follow this way, them still will fall. And so the cycle would have continued to go on and on and on and on and on.
That's why you say there's a Mosai.
Exactly.
Why is there one kingdom that can come up and learn from the other one side? Look when this one fall, and then when I make a mistake, and we have a continue with things ever rule.
Exactly. And that was only promised to Israel. Because the scripture says what? The kingdom shall not be left unto any other people.
Especially on this one, you know.
Exactly.
Because the East run up the king kingdom, yo. You have to say this, that must be the most of you.
That's the reason why Scripture said that they live. As a matter of fact, give me Daniel 4:21. Sir? Daniel 4:17. No, Daniel 4:17. See? As the brother said, we see a base man a rule and have so much power that so much authority, your officer, shit. And Moses do this. The Moses himself. You understand? But this is what the Scripture said. Daniel 4:17.
Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the Holy Ones that the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahawah ruleth in the kingdom of men.
That the who may know?
That the living may know that Yahawah ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Alright, fine. Look at Proverbs 21:16 to me. The Scripture said that the living may know that the Most High Yahawah ruleth in the kingdom of men. Go ahead.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will.
And go ahead.
And setteth over it the basis of men.
And set up over it the what? The base. And the basis, the lowest of men. But all who are gone, people who are bleached or still can't believe that if you're not white, so-called white, there is nobody and nothing happen for you. Because them in them rulership, them in them ever, them in them godlike state. See? But the Scripture said up above that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. One might get carnal and say, oh, dead man are going to know if he's dead. See, so it must talk about people who are breathing, walking up and down. But they not speak about that. So we are define what living or what dead it speak about. So give me the scripture. Huh?
The Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Right. So the scripture say, if you wander out of the way of understanding, meaning if you don't have these mystery, then you're dead. So you wouldn't understand that the basement is actually ruling over you because he's a zombie, he's a living zombie. See?
When you wander out of the way of understanding, you're not going to understand the Most High, the all things.
Exactly. You're not going to understand the purpose of the Most High. As in the purpose when cause for you happen. Because you do your own thing. See, you believe in your own thing. See? Yeah, me have a scripture first. Hold on. Give me John, you know. John 6. St. John. Scripture man. John 6:30. John 3:36 or something like that. It is spirit that quicken. Yes, words that I speak unto you. 663. 663.
St. John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The
word quickeneth means to make alive. So it becomes living. Go ahead.
The flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Right, so the words we're speaking unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So when you receive the words and you become alive, you become a living soul.
But there are some of you that believe it not, for YAHAWAH knew from the beginning whom they were to believe not, and whom shall betray him.
Right, so you have some of you know, and some of you know, some will believe, some didn't believe. At the end of the day, look, it's simple. At the end of the day, it's very, very, very simple. If you receive the Spirit, you have life. So you will know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and set up east and over it to fulfill his what? His prophecy. Because at the end of the day, this all goes back to prophecy. Everything will happen on the face of the earth goes back to prophecy, in the fulfillment of prophecy. A lot of people feel like they will live outside biblical times. But the question is, you show me when did biblical times end? You know, because you bring up certain information and say, oh, it's a Bible days. Because when some of them you might mention in the New Testament. But the New Testament was written after.
Prophecy.
Exactly, you understand?
The Bible is done.
The Bible is done, no prophecy. See, we show us ignorant, ignorant. We just live. Because God give us life, we live and we just live. And we just live carelessly.
What YAHAWAH coming back is a truth.
It's a prophecy.
It's a prophecy.
Exactly.
So the Bible can't be irrelevant.
Exactly. And that not happened yet. It's of the second coming of the Lord. It not happened yet. See?
And Psalm 75 and verse 6. So for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But YAHAWAH is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
Exactly. The Most High put it down one and set up another. And it's the same thing with Edom. And it's the same thing we have all throughout this kingdom, in every aspect and way you look at it. Today I feel up, tomorrow I feel me, the next day I feel next month. See, at one point you have the Cushites that rule, most I get to them. You have the Egyptians that rule at the time, the most I get to them. The Canaanites, you know, and poor people at the time, the most I get to them. Babylonians and Cushites again, one at a time when they rule. The Greeks, the Medo-Persians, the Romans, the Israelites, everybody have done time. Scripture says, time and chance happeneth unto all.